Okay, today I'm here to talk a little bit about music, more specifically music genres that I like to listen to. I have a pretty broad spectrum of musical taste, and I was thinking about music the other day while I was riding in my car. I was listening to an FM adult contemporary top 40 type radio station, where they play the hits of the 80s, 90s, and today, the usual stuff. And anyway, they had this song come on, which I'd heard a couple times before. It's called Waiting for the World to Change. I believe it's by John Mayer. If you haven't heard it, the chorus goes something like, waiting on the world to change. Something like that. It's really good. And it has a sort of soul blues, almost reminded me of a Motown sound, and I was thinking, wow, that's really got a lot of soul to it, and I really hadn't heard that type of, sound in a while, especially on a top 40 station, and it was good, and I began to think back how I, really missed that Motown sound from the 70s that I heard growing up and everything. I hadn't really listened to that in a while, although I did enjoy that as a musical genre. I do like most types of music. I also listen to a lot of classical music. Of course, all the Brahms, Bach, Beethoven. I especially like Vivaldi and the Four Seasons, some of the other great composers as well. Tchaikovsky, 1812 Overture, really good one. I really like that one. Peter and the Wolf. Good stuff. I also like some of the more modern sort of classical style music, like Bond, which is sort of a more techno, funk, classical mix. You might have heard of the group. They're a all-girl violinist, viola, cellist ensemble that does sort of, basically it's techno classic, sort of a dance groove to it. I like your top 40, your adult contemporary music. I like do-wop music, Lion Sleeps Tonight by the Tokens, Duke of Earl, Duke of Earl, Duke of Earl, Duke of Earl, really good stuff. And then there's, so that's a really big favorite type of music. I like, the 50s beach music, the whole Beach Boys singing, round, round, get around, I get around. That whole classic rock and roll. And when I say classic rock and roll, I'm talking more of like 50s, early 60s rock and roll. Somewhat, the Beatles are okay. I like their Sgt. Pepper Lonely Hearts Club Band album. I've never been into hard rock, really, except for a few things like Queen. I really like their Flash Gordon album, plus a few other things like the Bohemian Rhapsody and stuff like that. I never really got into either the heavy metal or the thrash or rap, and a lot of it, not just because it's okay as a music genre and style, but it's just that a lot of the lyrics is just trash. And, lyrical content in music is important. People will say less of, it's just expression, it is art. You can have music lyrics that really have a message to convey, or you can have crap, okay? And unfortunately, a lot of hip-hop and rap and death metal and stuff like that, they are devoid of meaningful content. Just really. Now, of course, I'm sure lots of you would like to jump on and comment about that. Feel free to make a bajillion comments and tell me, I'm totally wrong or whatever. Hey, but this is just about what types of music I like. So, if you like rap and thrash metal and all that stuff, well, good for you. I won't be joining you in listening. like Christian music as well, and Christian as a subgenre is pretty much there's a Christian genre style for every type of music. There's Christian rap, there's Christian rock, there's Christian country, whatever. So just about any genre you like, there's a Christianized version of it, which sometimes can be really good and sometimes isn't really good. So just like anything else. Also, I know this will probably come as a shock since I'm a white guy from the South, but I really don't like country music. No, and especially modern country music. Now, I used to like country music back in the day, back when country music was closer to its original folk bluegrass origins. That was pretty good stuff. Now, I never did get into, the crying in my beer, my wife ran away and all that stuff, or even the Christian version of it where, you stop drinking, you get your wife and your dog back. But, there was some good country music. But now, modern country music, there's totally no point in listening to it because it's almost identical to pop adult contemporary. There's almost no country left in country music. So I just don't waste my time with that. So those last three are probably the only real genres that I don't like. Pretty much I'll listen to most everything. And then there's other types of specialty genres that I like, such as comedy music, such as Dr. Demento and Weird Al Yankovic. Love his stuff. Great parodies. Here's a guy who is basically a genius and writes lyrics that are articulate, funny, and very poignant, and still hilarious. And he does the various musical genres better than some of the original artists. Some of his parody songs are better than the artist's original song. And his original songs are great, hilarious as well. Also, I like television theme songs, as you might have seen from my other video. I like movie theme songs. I also like Broadway musicals, and which, of course, John Denver, Placido Domingo, other types of classic type vocalists, Charlotte Church. So those are the types of things that you'll hear in my CD player if you ever happen to be over and I'm actually listening to music. Well, that's about all I got to say about music genres today. Hope you found it at least informative, and have a nice day.